So 3 important articles I wanted to touch on regarding Israel and surrounding Israel that are worth you taking note of. The first one is Poland confirmed that Netanyahu will be arrested if he attends the Auschwitz Memorial in January. Now, Netanyahu always attends these. It's a time when they reflect on the actual genocide carried out against the Jews and other minorities in World War II by Nazi Germany and the Nazi Party. And now, if he shows up to come and pay his respects and remember those lost in that actual genocide, then he will be arrested. How ridiculous is that, for starters? Poland's Deputy Foreign Minister Władysław Bartoszewski confirmed on Friday that the country will arrest Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu if he attends the 80th anniversary memorial of the liberation of the Auschwitz concentration camp on January 27. This is due to an arrest warrant issued by the ICC accusing him of alleged war crimes in the Gaza Strip. We are obliged to respect the decisions of the International Criminal Court in The Hague. As a member of the ICC, Poland is formally obliged to respect the legal decisions. Israeli Education Minister Yoav Kitch will reportedly be the only official representative of the Jewish state at the Auschwitz Memorial ceremony next year. In contrast, France announced in November Netanyahu has diplomatic immunity from ICC arrests. Again, I would still keep my eye on France with all the other anti-Israel movements they have committed as well over the last year. So just because they've maybe made one right decision doesn't make it all okay. Yesha Council Mayors, we will not allow the establishment of a Palestinian state. Yesha, Judea and Samaria's council, held a meeting on Tuesday at Beit Rishonim, the Ariel Founders House, in memory of Ron Nachman in the city of Ariel, with the participation of the heads of the authorities in Judea and Samaria. During the meeting, the heads of the authorities discussed the security and political challenges on their agenda. At the center of the discussion was a firm statement: the heads of the authorities will not allow the establishment of a Palestinian state, which would constitute a security and strategic danger to the state of Israel. Now, they have a very real point here, and the minute that is allowed and they make that division of the land and the Palestinian state, there will be a massive security threat to Israel all over again. And that is the point they're trying to make. Sadly, we know from Scripture that they will divide the land. It's one of the things God comes to hold against these nations and judge them for, the fact that they divided his land. So the division is coming. There's no avoiding it. IDF raids Gaza hospital used as terror base. Now watch in the days ahead how they spin this story completely incorrectly and say, look, more war crimes. Israel's attacking hospitals again, shooting patients. How evil is Israel? Here are the facts. The IDF and Israel's security forces confirmed they arrested over 240 terrorists at the Kamal Adwan Hospital in Jabalia, northern Gaza, on Friday. Now, I've got to say, very clever of the terrorists to constantly and all the time always use hospitals as their bases, because when you get shot, not if, when you get shot, at least you're already in hospital. It cuts down the travel time. The military activity followed an intelligence report that the hospital was embedded with terrorists. Shocker! Where have we seen this before? Oh, wait. Israel, in every single hospital in their area outside of the actual Israeli country, everywhere where the Palestinians are, all hospitals overrun with terrorists. They must be really, really sick then if they're all living in the hospital. Working in coordination with COBAT, the IDF completed an evacuation of 350 patients and medical professionals from the facility prior to the raid. Israel removed the patients and the medical personnel prior to the raid. And learning from history, quite a few of those patients and medical personnel were probably terrorists as well, undercover. Israel's military then ensured the delivery of food, fuel, and medical supplies to keep the treatment areas functioning. Again, the world won't talk about that. In addition, 95 patients and staff were transferred to the Indonesian hospital in Gaza, along with 2 generators and thousands of liters of essential supplies. Does that sound like a normal army operation? A normal military roll-in? Doing all these humanitarian things that you never get thanked for, and you actually get blamed for exactly the opposite. Israeli special forces found in the hospital an arsenal of weapons, including grenades, firearms, and other military equipment. Because maybe if you go for hernia surgery, a grenade is the best way to deal with it. Or maybe you need a machine gun or a rifle or something like that, or extra ammunition when you want to bolster your muscles. Terrorists attempted anti-tank missile and RPG attacks, but were neutralized by the IDF. The Israeli Air Force launched airstrikes against terrorists attempting to flee the hospital. Now again, what you've got to see in this whole story, which I've highlighted for you as nicely as I can, is the fact that Israel had the intelligence, Mossad. They went in, they evacuated all of the vulnerable patients and medical personnel. They gave them food, fuel, supplies. They moved the most vulnerable of those to another hospital with generators and fuel and everything. And once all of that was done, at the risk of terrorists escaping when they see all this movement, they then went in and apprehended what they knew was there. Will they get a thank you for this? No. Will they get blamed for this and get told it's war crimes? Yes. This is the world we're living in right now, and it will continue that way until Jesus comes to set things straight. Pray for Israel. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Shalom.